morning, everyone. This is Tim coming back to you at the end of week 14. Today is November 25th. Um, Interesting week this week. Thanksgiving was a big part of the week, so got some good training in and missed some training as well on top of that. Jumping right into it, swimming was a no-go this week. Um, just unfortunate set of circumstances and missed an opportunity to swim at the pool. It was closed down um, Tuesday. Yeah, so I guess Tuesday was the last day it was open. So Wednesday through Saturday was closed. So I didn't get to swim this week. Tried to get into an open water group. Just could not fit their schedule. And then again, like I said, I don't do open water swimming alone. I don't recommend that anyone does personally, but without swimming in a group open water, I'm just not going to do it. So part of training, you got to do a risk analysis, and too risky for me open water alone. So no swimming this week. So we'll pay for that a little bit next week, but hey, that's the way it goes. It's training, right? Um, Bike riding. I actually ended up taking a day off. I wasn't really supposed to take off, but I did it for the rest so I could have a good long ride. I finally did my first century this week, and actually did pretty good. Finished 100 miles in under 6 hours, so pretty happy about that. Rode a consistent 17 miles for the day. Not bad at all, and had one speed work where I did like 31, 32 miles at a pretty good pace. So real happy about the bike riding, the way it's coming. Nutrition on the bike is going really well. I did try solid foods this week on the bike on the 100, and a little different eating solid food, but we'll continue to experiment with that. I may not do it for the entire 100 though, maybe like the first 56 or so, and then go to some liquid calories for the remaining portion of the bike. I think solid foods may be a little difficult for me on race day. Like I said, I didn't have any problems training wise, but trying to monitor that. Also noticed that I burned about 2,000 calories for the 100 miles, so I definitely got to look at how many calories I'm taking in. And I figured with everything I ate, I probably took in about, oh God, maybe 850 to 900. Is that right? Yeah, maybe about half of what I put out, which is not smart. Not smart. I guess I need to take a few more calories in, and I got to figure out how to get that in. And I think it's gonna be liquid calories. I mean, to sit there and eat that much on the bike is a challenge. There's no doubt about it. Um, but after I did the 100, I jumped off and ran 2 miles, and legs felt pretty good. I didn't have any problems running, and I ran even and I ran comfortable. So real happy about that. But now that I think about it, my nutrition plan maybe not as good as I thought. Definitely need more calories on the bike. So I will continue to experiment with that. I said 900. It might be a little bit more than that. It may be closer to 11 to 1200 calories, but still nowhere near enough. If you're burning 2,000 calories, you need to get in 2,000 calories. You know, um, so therein lies the challenge, and I got several more weeks of playing around with this nutrition thing, so we'll continue to do that. Running wise, only ran 3 days this week. Um, One was a good fast-paced run, one which was about a 10K. Then the other run was the 2 mile after the 100. So short brick, if you will. And then I ran 20 miles this morning. Um, I did 20 miles at about 3.5 hours, a little bit over 3.5 hours, and pretty happy with the way I ran. The last 4 miles were pretty difficult, I'll say. Um, and I don't know how much more with 20 I want to go training wise. So we'll look at that and see if I want to do more than that as we go down the road. But the 20 was a good benchmark. I actually ran the Bone Island Triathlon course, so I got a good feel of what we're getting into and trying to pay attention to the wind in the direction it's blowing. However, on race day it may be something completely different. But in general, the wind patterns are usually about the same here in Key West. So I think that may be a little home field advantage for me, knowing the direction of the wind and where I can gain some advantages on that. But still looking forward to it. And like I said, had a pretty comfortable run up until about mile 16, where it got a little difficult. But no complaints. Long run, slow run. So no major hurdles. Definitely disappointed with the no swimming this week. They just put a downward slant on my training. However, that's part of life. It's part of the training pattern. When you have obligations and time commitments that just don't allow you to do things you want to do, that's part of it. So you take the good with the bad and you keep pushing. So looking forward to next week, and hopefully we'll have a better training week. Um, like I said, we're down to 5 more weeks left, basically 5 more good weeks, and then you have another recovery week and a taper week. So roughly 7 more weeks. But I'm on training week 15, so for me, I got 5 more weeks, and I guess I got about 4 good weeks of hard training left. So we'll keep working on mileage, and also we're working on some speed in the swim and the bike and the run. We're working on some speed intervals. So those short days will be high intensity days, which is a good thing for training. I mean, because all the time you can't go out there and just go long forever. And going long, um, honestly, I'll tell you, it's good to build your base and increase your capacity to process ATP into oxygen, no doubt. But at the same time, I mean, building a bigger engine, you still have to have some horsepower to facilitate that engine moving. So, got to get in some speed work. Now, at this level of training, speed work isn't going out running quarter miles and half miles and things like that. We're talking, you know, 5 mile interval runs. We're talking 30, 40 mile speed rides on the bike. Um, Swimming, obviously a little more difficult, especially for me. So we're talking, 500, 200, interval type training in the pool. So we're gonna get some speed work done these next 5.5, 6 weeks, whatever we got here, really. 4 hard weeks of training, and then 2 or 3 other weeks of just recovery and tapering, and we'll work on some speed at that point in time. Did some speed work last week, did a little bit this week, and we'll increase that for a little more next week. So looking forward to the race. Been looking at the course. Like I said, ran the run course today. Probably in the next couple of weeks, going to actually ride the bike course, and not too sure about the bike course either. The shoulder has been said is very wide. If you've ever been to Key West, the shoulder isn't wide at all. I don't know what shoulder they're talking about, but not any shoulder I've seen in Key West. But hey, we'll go out there and we'll look at it. And the shoulder's also a little rough. They repaved the road up in what is it? Sugarloaf, I guess maybe a little bit before then. So some of the shoulder is nice and smooth, but most of it is rugged and there's probably glass everywhere. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But gonna get in some training and actually recon the bike course. Swim course is pretty good, depending on the current. I think they're gonna have Plan A and Plan B based on the current that day. So swim course should be helpful. Um, so we're looking for a little better on the swim time, and we'll see how that goes. But overall, training week was good. Good bike, good run, swim, not so much. But training is training. And also, just want to say, I know this has nothing really to do with my training, but got some friends in Cozumel today running Ironman Cozumel. So wishing them the best of luck and looking forward to gaining some knowledge from their experience in that race as well. So hopefully they'll come back and share some stories and share how their training went. Is I've taken some of my training from them as well. Um, particularly learning about rest and recovery, and actually having them hard speed days, high intensity days. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see you next week. All right, have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.